says, what if Deku was Ant-Man Part 2? Let's get into it. In the last part, Deku just beat the gigantic villain. And then, after that, he went back to base. And then he asked Star, is any food? And then Deku goes to the kitchen and get some bread. Also, Star said yes. And makes a sandwich, a ham sandwich. And then he's eating it when he turns on the TV and he hears on the news, there's a villain attack. A villain has taken a boy hostage. And Deku says, it's not my business. Should I help, though? Because he says, I should demonstrate my power. And then he said, nah. But then he sees the boy's face. He sees Bakugo. And Bakugo wasn't always that bad, just when his friends were around. His minions. But then Deku said, I've got to save him. Then Deku goes into his lab and gets a suit. It's pretty much Ant-Man's suit, just instead of having it all red, it's like green. Dark green. And then he says to Star, we need to go. I need to go now. And he said, of course, sir. And she gets the teleporter ready. Yeah, the teleporter. And then he said, this station. So he's around the block, and then Deku said to her, I've got to get this done fast and over with. So Deku climbs to the building and then jumps down in his small form. And then when he's behind the sludge villain, Deku goes back to normal, and then everyone's like, who's that? Then Death Farm sees like a kid, well, he thinks a hero in an outfit. He said, get back! Then sludge villain and Bakugo hear that. Sludge villain turns around, but it's too late. Deku's already through like a red shoe looking at him, and for some reason it's made him start shrinking. And then he goes into the micro level, and then he's pretty much small as Deku. But then Deku picks him up, a little bit of sludge, and then puts him in a little container. Then he sees Bakugo saying, "Hey, you okay, kid?" Then Bakugo says, "Yeah. Who are you?" Then Deku says, "Ant-Man, kid. Don't forget it." Deku stands up, and then he throws the bottle to Death Farms, and then he said that he'll stay that small for 10 hours. You better get him out to a prison or cell somewhere. Then he says, "Who are you?" And Deku says, "Ant-Man. See ya." And then almost just in the back, because he's in a small form, because he wasted all his time looking for the sludge villain. And then, hang on. Sorry, sore throat. And then All Might's just amazed, new hero. But all I could see is just a kid. And All Might's getting this weird feeling that he knows this kid, but he doesn't know where. But then he says, never mind. He goes into his big form, and then right before Deku's about to leave, All Might grabs him by the arm. Then he says, "Hello, young man. Nice to meet you." Then he said, "I know you're not a pro hero, but don't worry." And then all people is saying, "What?" Then Deku said, "What are you talking about?" Then All Might says, "I've never heard of a hero called literally Ant-Man." Then Deku's just, damn. And Deku is just getting really pissed off, like really, really pissed. He's just trying to hold all his rage in for All Might, because remember, check part 1 if you don't understand the story so far. And then, like, sorry, and Deku's like, oh, crud. Deku hits a switch and goes small. And almost like, where did he go? And then Deku, I'm starting to teleport my way now. But then All Might sees a little green costume. He says, there you are. All Might grabs him in his hand, but then his hand starts opening, and sees Deku open his hand. And he's like, wait, what? Deku punches All Might in the jaw, then does a couple backflips, turns big, and then gets teleported out of there. I was like, who is that? Jaw. And then he goes back up base and got a good old punch on the bastard. Also, this what if has swearing in it. Sorry, for you viewers underage. And then he says, to Star, that is great and fun. And then he goes into the kitchen and finishes his sandwich off. Then he says to Star, what am I going to do for these next 9 months? And Star recommends stamina training, because more stamina he has, the bigger he becomes. And then Deku says, that's a great idea, Star. So the next 4 months, Deku's working on his stamina. He can go 20 feet. He usually goes 16, so he can go 4 more meters. But if he's pushing it with all his stamina, he can probably go 30. But that's really pushing it. He'll be out cold if he does that. Then Deku says, well, if I'm correct, there's a written exam in it as well. So next 4 months, he's working on that as well. And for the last month, he's getting muscle. Like, strengthening his bones and just doing push-ups, sit-ups, stuff like that, yeah. Because he's been working out for years, pretty much. Because, well, Miko kicked out of 4 and he's around, like, 16. So, 7 years working out, pretty much. And then he says to Star, well, the entrance exam's here. Then he says, Star, can you teleport me there? And she says, yes, of course, sir. And Deku stands in the teleporting pad, and she says, good luck, sir. She says, I bet you'll get the most points. And Deku says, count on it. And then Deku gets teleported and outside of UA gates. Well, yeah. And he starts walking in, and a bunch of people saw him teleport, saying he must have a teleport quirk. And then Deku's about to walk in, but then he sees a girl about to fall. And then he makes sure that she doesn't fall by running up really fast and grabbing her by the collar and pulls her up. Then he says, well, it's bad luck if you fall on the first day. And he says, thank you. What's your name? And Deku says, oh yeah, by the way, Star changed Deku's name to Midoriya Star. Then Deku says, my name's Midoriya Star. And then she says, Oraka or Chaco? And he says, well, nice to meet you. They give a handshake. And Nick says, well, I gotta go. Then Deku just starts walking to the hall where they do like the written test. Deku does the written test and like pretty easy. It's like a second highest. Second to Bakugo, of course, because Bakugo had way more time like to work and stuff. And then Deku is just sitting in the corner. And technically Deku isn't sitting next to Bakugo anymore. Well, not sitting next to him, because he said school, homeschooled, and then people have to sit next to each other if they went to the same school. So Deku's just leaning against the wall in the corner, looking at the cards. The President Mike tells him about the 1-pointers, 2-pointers, 3-pointers, and he just stands up saying, sir, what about that big weird thing that has 0 points under it? It says, I'm just going to call it the 0-pointer. And he just says, President Mike says, well, he's the final boss, kids. I recommend you don't mess with him, though, because, well, he's worth no points. And there's no point taking on a gigantic villain. And then they all said, yeah, yes, sir. Then they go to the massive gate, and then Deku starts to stretch. He sees Oraka, but he decides not to, well, distract her, of course. And Deku starts to stretch. Someone catches his eye. He sees some 4-ride guy about to walk up, about to grab him. But then he ducks down and grabs his arm and puts it around his back. And he says, who are you? And then he says, hold on me. Deku says, why are you about to grab me? Because he's about to talk that girl. And then Deku says, no, I wasn't. I got through the gate. He says, stop lying. Deku's about to snap it, but then Midnight says, and President Mike sees it and he says, is there any problem, boys? And Deku says, no, sir. He lets go of his arm and grabs his wrist. You nearly broke my arm. Then he says to Ida, don't grab me then, or attempt to at least. Deku smirks and walks over to the gate. Stretches. He gets into a running pose. And President Mike says, 3, 2, 1, go! He just screams. Then the doors open. Deku starts getting points, 1 point, 2 point, 8 points, keeps rising and rising. And it's been 4 minutes time skip. So he's got around 154 points. Because he's been training most of his life in like hand-to-hand combat and jutsu and stuff. Oh, what was it? Not ninjutsu, taijutsu, karate, kickboxing, boxing, stuff like that. And then Deku's just punching through the robots, not even breaking sweat. Then he hears something. He sees the earth, well, not rumble, the ground start shaking. But then he hears a bunch of people running away. And guess who that could be? Dan, 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 dan. 0 pointer. And he keeps hearing a help. He's a help. 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 Here's a girl. Do you realise it's the girl who he saved from earlier? And then he says, none of them are heroes. Not even a bit. Deku runs face first when Ida sees him and tries to stop him, but says, let's go him full rise. Kicks Ida right in the arm. And then Deku books it. Then, with a click of his fingers, Deku goes 30 feet. 30 meters tall because of the adrenaline. It was massive. And then everyone's just shocked. But then Deku just does a massive uppercut on the robot. It goes flying. It goes in the air. It gets destroyed completely. It's in the air falling, hitting buildings. A bunch of, like its arm about to hit a rucker. But then Deku's arm comes out and grabs it and throws it away. He says, are you okay? And then she said, yes. Then the alarm goes, end of the test, folks. And then Deku goes back to normal. Well, not normal. I mean, like, he gets like half Mount Lady's height, picks off the rubble, and he goes back to normal, and then picks her up, like Princess carry her ass. So he just Princess carries her to recovery girl, and then she says, then he says, hey, can you heal her? She's got a twisted leg, I think. And she says, yeah, of course. She fixes a rock's leg, and then she says, actually go. And Deku says, well, thanks. Well, I gotta go. Deku checks the time and says, oh crap, I'm late. Then he hits like an earpiece on his ear. He says, Star, get me out of here. And he says, of course, sir. And then out of blink of an eye, a massive golden light happened, and Deku's gone. 2 weeks later, Deku gets a letter from UA. Then Star says, here, sir, here's a letter from UA. And he goes, sweet. Wonder what score I got. Deku sees scores. Then he sees he was first, but there's no hologram, none of that. But then he sees he got rescue points as well, so like 240. He got 240 points. Actually, no, it was a hologram. It fell out, and then it said, hello, young man. It's me, All Might. You have a very nice quirk. I'd like to speak with you when you come to UA. I will be working there. So congratulations. Also come first place. 240 points. Impressive. You beat my score. I'm gonna say you beat his score. And then it was just like, yes. And then All also says, well, or should I say Ant-Man? And Deku says, he realised that, eh? And he says, I'll keep it a secret for now. But we need that meeting soon. Then he says, I'll meet you in a week, Ant-Man, or Izuku, Midoriya, Star. Then Deku almost says, you've got a very familiar name. You look very familiar as well. Never mind. Welcome to My Hero Academia. Anyway, this is the end of episode 2. Part 2, sorry. Then, so, part 3 will be out soon. So, peace.